We sadly may not be able to hit the ball like the best players in the world, but are there things we can learn from how they train? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share with you a style of training used by Rory McIlroy and break down why this training is so beneficial for golf and how you could potentially implement this style of training in your own fitness work for golf, whether you prefer to train from home or in the gym. Let's get stuck in. So the style of training in question here is called contrast training, and it's essentially pairing a heavy strength exercise with an explosive exercise of the same or similar pattern. So in the video that circulated on social media a while back of Rory McIlroy, he was performing heavy trap bar deadlifts immediately followed by box jumps. So why is this training so beneficial for golfers? So as a golfer, it's not just enough to be strong. We also need to be able to express force quickly as well. So we don't get crazy amounts of time, obviously, when we're swinging a golf club. So we need to be able to be explosive as well as strong. And obviously this type of training, we work on both qualities. Particularly important through our lower body. So we know that jump impulse has one of the highest correlators to club head speed that's out there. So if we can develop a strong and explosive lower body, that's going to enable you to potentially hit the ball a bit further. So in the example that Rory did, he was doing trap bar deadlifts followed by box jumps. I'm going to show you a variation that I like to use in the gym myself and with clients. And I'm also going to show you an at-home variation that you can do using very minimal kit. So make sure you stick around for that if you're someone that prefers to train from home. So I've got my trap bar set up here. When you're doing this, you would obviously go through 1 or 2 rounds of kind of warm-up sets first. So don't just dive in to your heavy trap bar deadlifts. And when I talk about heavy, that's relative to the individual. So what's heavy for one person may not be heavy for the other. And what we're looking for here is I'm going to go over 3 reps of my trap bar deadlift, followed immediately by 3 dumbbell squat jumps. And that will be 1 round. So in my trap bar, hips back and down, nice and strong through my trunk. So creating that tension through the trunk, chest up, and I'm going to burn a hole through the floor with my feet, reset at the bottom, press hard through the floor with my feet. 1 more, driving up, getting that bar moving with intent, bar safely down, out of the trap bar, dumbbells up, 3 dumbbell squat jumps. Trying to launch myself into the air as high and as explosive as I can, landing really soft. So very low volume, heavy strength work, immediately followed by same or similar pattern explosive work. I would then rest for 90 seconds, couple of minutes, and then do another round. And I'd probably be looking at 3 or 4 rounds of that, pairing that heavy strength work with the explosive training. So if you're someone that's not a member of a gym, or maybe you prefer to train from home, this is a setup that you could use with very minimal kit to help replicate that same style contrast training. So all you need is an elevated surface. So obviously I'm using a bench, but from home you could use a sofa or a bed. I've got a kettlebell here to act as some load for the first movement, but again, you can use whatever you can find from home. So fill in an old rucksack up with a few bags would still act as a load to the body. And what we're going to do is we're going to pair a rear foot elevated split squat to act as our strength movement with a seated squat jump to act as our explosive movement. So we're going to do 5 rear foot elevated split squats on each side and then immediately into our seated squat jumps. So back foot goes onto the edge of the bench, weight is in goblet position, I'm lowering down, driving back up. So rear knee is going down towards the floor, staying nice and stable through this front leg, driving up with a little bit of intent. 5 reps one side, swapping over, 5 reps on the other side. So I'm trying to keep good alignment here through lead, ankle, knee and hip, driving up with a little bit of intent, going through my maximum range of motion, 5 reps on each side. That goes down, I come into the seated position and I'm going to go through some seated squat jumps. So feet are going to come up, I'm going to squish them down into the jump, reset. So I'm stomping, jumping nice and high, landing nice and soft. One more, up, squish, soft landings. So exactly the same format, but just being performed with some modifications so that you can do them from home with a lot less access to kit, but the same rules apply. Strength training, immediately followed by same or similar pattern, but in an explosive manner, low reps for each, good rest time in between rounds, and looking for 3 or 4 rounds to really get that lower body strength and explosiveness up. So there we have it. You're probably not going to hit the ball like Rory, unfortunately, but contrast training can definitely help you get a little bit more strength and explosiveness to help you and your golf game. Now, the same principles that we've applied to lower body in this video could also be used to upper body with, say, bench press and explosive push-ups, or lat pull downs with med ball slams. So you can use that same style for the upper body as well. This is a slightly more advanced way of training, so probably worth making sure that you're fully competent on each individual move before you start pairing them together. If you found this video helpful, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And if there's any future golf fitness topics you want me to cover on the channel, just let me know in the comments below.